Guys, welcome back to South Dakota Living. Today I just harvested some parsley. Next I've got oregano, and the oregano is starting to flower, and I'm a little late on that, but it's kind of a cut and come again. Some of that, rinse it, strip it of its stems and get it in the dehydrator. Then after that, you can see these little guys. This is sweet marjoram. I use that in one of my spaghetti sauce recipes. I also have a bunch of sage to do. I don't know if I'll have room on my dehydrator to do it today, but need to get some of that going too. Okay, this is parsley and this is oregano, and I just use a towel because there's so much going on washing and drying herbs right now that it is something that you can just keep washing and drying, and you have to use 1,000 paper towels and be wasteful. So I'm just going to show you here what I do. These herbs have been triple washed each, and I just scatter them out a little bit, trying to keep them out separate from each other. And all I'm trying to do is get some excess water off of them before they go in the dehydrator. So now what I do is I just flip that in a third. Same thing with the other side. I'm trying to do this with one hand, guys. And then starting at the bottom, I just roll it up. You may have seen this in another video. And then we just let it sit like this for half an hour to an hour while I'm doing other things. I may push it down every so often and just squeeze that out. We'll come back when I have this all dried and put it in the dehydrator. Like an hour and a half later, now I'm just taking the stems off, and then we're going to load it up on the trays. Alright, this is the pile of parsley. Now I left some of the little stems off. I'll be able to find those after it's dehydrated, but I wanted to keep the little leaves in clusters, most of the big stems off. And now I'm just going to put those around half of what I have. It shrinks so much. Alright. Easy enough. Make sure that the holes are clear. Alright, so now it's going to be working on the oregano. So I'm going to show you here how I zip it. I just hold it. The leaves are growing this way, so I'm going to grab the top, and then I'm just going to pull down, and then I'm left with just the little leaves. Same, zip right down. The same thing here. We'll do another one. Just pull down, and that's what you got. Okay, I'm going to fill up those trays, and then I'll be back. This is peppers, another set of peppers, and then parsley, oregano, and oregano. And we're going to let that go. I have it at between 125 and 135 because that's what the peppers required, but they have been going for a couple hours. So I'm going to turn this down to more of the herb setting that I'd like it to, because that had a head start. And this is probably going to go all night now, and we'll take care of it in the morning and set it up for our next herbs. The dehydrator is done. It went overnight. So we are going to deal with the oregano. I'm just going to dump this on some wax paper. Next one, same thing. Alright, and then you just crunch it up. Okay, once you have the leaves crushed up as fine as you want, you can spread it out, and you pick out any stems that you want. Once you do that, you can just put it in a jar, label it, and then we'll move on to the parsley. Okay, the parsley's done too. That's the next layers. We're going to dump that off. Okay, we're going to repeat the process of just scrunching that down, picking out the unwanted stems, and then put it in a jar. And let me finish that here quick. Crush that down to the desired consistency that I want. These stems are a lot bigger, so you're able to see those pretty easy. We're going to pick those out. Okay, next is peppers. You know, this top layer is all paprika peppers, so I'm going to put those in my grinder quick. Okay, I'm gonna grind that little bit in the coffee grinder, and it does have settings here, fine, medium, coarse, so I will start on the coarse, and then I'll run it for a session, and then medium, and as many as I need until I need fine. So I'm gonna do that off screen here so you don't have to hear that, and we'll see what we get. Okay, that is as best as I can get it, so we're going to run it through a little strainer and get out the big bits. Alright, we're just gonna, this is what we're getting, and then I'll add that to a jar. It's gonna take a lot, but at least I won't have to pay for paprika powder. Okay, we're gonna repeat the process with these hot peppers called Botan Kosho. So let me go grind those. Okay, and that's what we got for the hot pepper, so we're going to sift that through. And I want to just mention that if you're working with peppers, hot peppers, and you're grinding them down, be very careful about breathing in any of the pepper dust. It can really make you sneeze or your back of your throat get really itchy, and you don't want that in your lungs, so just be careful when doing that. All right, so while it's just a tiny little bit, we got some paprika powder done today, chili powder. This is my running jars of parsley and oregano. So don't snooze on dehydrating, guys, and don't wait to cut your herbs until the season's almost over. Keep cutting and they'll come again, and you can just keep processing until you have jars of this stuff. I mean, you guys see with the organic herbs how much they cost on the shelf for some premium herbs, and why pay that amount when you can just keep building it all season long? What am I gonna dehydrate next?